Hey, it's Susie Q. Do you ever have a moment where you're kind of like by yourself, but you feel like there's something else that's around you, or it could be a couple of other kind of experiences that are surrounding you in a certain way? Have you ever had that when you just start noticing that you're kind of like getting a little bit of vibe about what's happening in the space? And a lot of times when we're kind of doing this type of work or just accessing this information, it means that there's some other kinds of beings that are around us. Even when I was 4 years old, I had a little bit of that at the very beginning. And then over the years, it's been on and off with me. Could be on and off, right? But then eventually, when I was back there in Houston, and also in Dripping Springs. In Dripping Springs, it was kind of crazy because I had this beautiful 5-acre place and a beautiful house. And then I could feel this energy. And some of my other family members have also been feeling that energy as well. And then going back into Houston, when I had this really pretty sweet, little apartment, is that all of a sudden I had all of these different energies that were coming into the space. And so do you ever feel that? Do you ever feel like there's other things that are in the space and you can't see it? You can't really experience it. You can't really, really take a look at what it is, but you're noticing that things are showing up in a different way through energy or frequencies or through some level of thought. And even back when I was doing that, all of a sudden, right when I was just in my living room, I could already feel like a few of these energies that were with me. And then you could feel that swish of energy that was coming in. So that was a big piece of curiosity for me because sometimes I just want to be by myself, So, but for a long time, I was kind of entertaining or just realizing, I wonder if I can get rid of these energies that are always around me. And so what I eventually did was I decided at the very beginning that I was going to just, I don't know, they were just there, right? And they weren't saying anything, but you can feel the different levels of consciousness that were in the space. And eventually I just decided I don't want these entities or these energies to be in my bedroom. So I would shut the door, and then that was cleared. And then eventually I just kept thinking, I just need to get rid of all of this because I could feel the swish of energy. Literally, it was energy coming in and energy going out. So all of that was happening at that time. And eventually I just decided that I didn't want them anymore. I just said, forever these energies or these entities or beings, whether they are good, bad, or indifferent, I just proclaimed, just go to the light. You start going to that light. So the more that you can start accessing things, especially if you're feeling some different energies around you. Sometimes when I'm getting ready to do a session with somebody, I kind of clear the field, so it's my field instead of these other entities that are around. But all of this has been pretty amazing. But, at the very beginning, I really didn't know what to do. And I just kept, having them with me, these energies or these other frequencies or these other cosmological events. I don't even know what it was. But all of this energy that we're working with right now is that we have the capacity and the ability to clear some things out of the field. You might think that there's, a nice, ancestral thing behind me, or there could be some other kind of galactic energies around me. But sometimes I could call that in and then I could say, just go ahead and go back to the light. But now I don't even do that anymore because now I have more practices to let things go, to start releasing some of these, strange anomalies, So I think some of my family members, like I said, also had some of these abilities, and I won't get into that because it's part of my family, right? But they have some of these same qualities at a certain level. And sometimes people can see, let's just say you've got like a little baby or something, and you start noticing that the baby is interacting and just maybe in a space and there's nobody there, So it could be, a playful friend that they have when they're really young. You can maybe say they've got like a little playful friend. And then the parents are just kind of looking like, what are they laughing at or what are they playing with, But all of that kind of happens early in childhood when they first start having their spirit friends or their guides or their ancestors. it could be of any of that, but all of this energy that we're working with right now is prime to have more better experiences. So sometimes we don't necessarily have to have all these spirits coming in or these other beings coming in. You just want to have a neutral space going forward. When you start moving through that neutral energy, is you start just kind of raising up into your own sense of, this is my space and this is exactly what I need to do right now and what I need for you to do, energies or whatever that is. Just we want you to clear the field and go to the light, just continually going into the light. So all of this energy through what we call different spirits or could even be our ancestors. I mean, who knows? But sometimes we don't necessarily need to just kind of call them in. You could do it every once in a while. For a while, I was doing quite a bit of that work, calling people in and then releasing it and letting go and finding a little bit of guidance. But now I don't really need to do that anymore. So the more that we can, kind of discern if there's any other non-beneficial energies in your space, and you'll feel it, like if you're a feeling person, you're going to know. We're going to be a sensitive person, you're going to know that you could just say, just go to the light. Before I used to do all these like mantras and chanting and stuff back, number of years ago, many years ago. And then I just said, hey, just go to the light, just go to the light. And so that experience that I started with these energies that were around me all of the time, it took a while for me just to kind of reconcile, do I need them or not? And then it was constantly, no, I don't need those energies. I send them to the light. And whether if they were good, bad, or indifferent, just go to the light. The light will take you where you need to go, right? And so all of this beautiful experiences that I've had in my lifetime have been good, bad, and indifferent. Now it's better, right? Back in Texas, I was, so busy with real estate. I was a real estate broker. I was, had kids, I had grandkids there, all this stuff was happening. And then all of a sudden, since here in Arizona, everything's kind of flattened out, right? Before I was like so busy down in Texas with all the kids and, my work and all that. And then here I'm kind of feeling a little bit flat. So if you're feeling a little bit flat, I would really suggest you to kind of take a look at like if you have 5 friends, it's like this is like in Arizona. If I have 5 friends or girlfriends or guys or whatever, maybe we could create some networking or some experiences that may be beneficial for even myself and for the others. I really would love to create a new networking group here in like sunny Scottsdale or in Phoenix. I would love to continue to create that networking that I used to do back in Houston. And it's been such a long time, but I just miss just knowing what people are up to, I do a little bit of the energy with Life Waves, and that's a beautiful group too. So that might be something else for networking for me as well. So I really appreciate you just to listen to some of these stories and just to kind of like figure out like what's really happening with Susie, or have you had some of these experiences too where you could feel things around you and maybe it was good or maybe it wasn't bad or maybe you just want to send it to the light. Sometimes we get that, So anyway, I think that's it for now. And we really appreciate your energy. We really appreciate your sacred self, to be listening to some of these words and phrases. A lot of what I'm talking about is a bunch of words. In essence, it's really frequency. So we're really a frequency-based beings, and we're also energy beings. And you could say many other names than that, but that's exactly what is happening now. So we'll see you soon. And a namaste.